Hello everybody, I hope everyone's doing good. A quick video. I want to talk about what's the programming language y'all should learn in 2021. Okay, so here's my top one choice. Y'all should start learning Python. Okay, why I picked Python over all other language? Here's the reason. Python, some people think Python is like only for data science or machine learning, but it's not true. Once you learn the basic or fundamentals of Python, y'all can use it for, let's say, web development, for backend server, server-side programming. There's like two popular framework for Python. One is Flask, and another one is Django. So yeah, you all can learn Django framework for web development, and there's like so many jobs. And if you wanna apply for Python developer job, you're gonna see like most of the employer, they require to learn at least one framework. So yeah, definitely start with Python. Even like traditional college, they try to teach C and Java. C doesn't exist anymore. It's just like waste of time and also money. But college is outdated because most of the professor, they don't have any like any industrial background, so they're like just good at teaching. Like they probably been writing some research papers, stuff like that, but normally they don't code. Okay, because with my years of experience, I realized every college courses are just like based on some outdated materials. So yeah, don't learn C. My second programming choice, I think it would be JavaScript. So Python and JavaScript, that's the two programming languages y'all should focus on. Yeah, when it comes to web development, JavaScript is like number one. There's no other better like coding language than JavaScript. It's got so many jobs. Even people go to like boot camp and they end up being like in Google or Facebook, with 6-figure salary. Yeah, why I said like C, Java are not good programming language. First of all, C, it's just real old. It doesn't have any framework. Usually people use C for embedded application, so it's not something that you'll find a lot of job in. And C programming language also could be real harder to understand if you just start learning it. So avoid C. And I honestly coded C also, but I hated it. Another one, I would go for C++ though. I mean, if you want to do like game development, if you want to be like a game developer. But here's my tips. Game development sucks because there's not too many jobs in game development, and it's not a good field to focus on. I mean, the old is going for either web or mobile application development. So I would suggest the first programming language to learn would be either Python or JavaScript, but I would go for Python because when for coding interview, most of them are based on data structure, and they always focus like some kind of binary search, like heap, maps, arrays, dynamic programming. They could be real harder if you code in Java or like C. So yeah, go for Python programming language. And there's so many like good materials out there in internet. You just have to search. If you really want to deep dive into Python, I would suggest to go some kind of like online boot camp, like a cheaper one, or like the real boot camp, not like YouTube tutorial, because they're not gonna teach you everything A to G. And those people who tell you like be a Python programmer in 3 to 6 weeks or like 12 weeks, they're like the most liar, because it's not possible to be a programmer in 3 to 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. Programming is like, it's very, very difficult, because in programming world, one problem could be solved in like thousands of different ways, and then what comes that time is running complexity, like time complexity, you know what I'm saying? Like how long does your code takes to run, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, yeah, don't depend on college. So start from Python, the basics one, like Python data structures, like variables, loops, and all other stuff. Then start on framework like Flask. Don't start Django, it could be harder for you. And the reason I'm avoiding Java, because Java is like very like syntax based language, and even I coded Java a lot of times, but I don't think it's a good programming language. And I just, like, everyone knows that if you just type on Google like what's the number one programming language, you're gonna find it's Python. Because it's the best language, it's like dynamic programming. It's like a pseudocode, pseudocode is like something like a mother of all languages. It's not programming language, but it's like the basics. If you understand pseudocode, you can just like implement that in any other programming language. So yeah, here's my tips for all programmers, or like all coding learners. Just start learning Python first, or JavaScript. I don't mind, JavaScript is also good. Then you also probably learn React, Node, Express, MongoDB. These are like some kind of like framework and database. So full stack software engineer path is like huge. It takes almost 1 year. If someone tells you like you're gonna be both front end and back end developer in 6 months, 3 months, it's just basically lying. So you're just gonna follow their structure. You're not gonna make anything by yourself. Yeah, I don't wanna make this video longer than this, because I ain't trying to talk too much shit. So yeah, so start learning Python. My recommendation would be another website, W3 School. That's also helpful. And yeah, and drop your comment and let me know what you think, my thoughts. Yeah, I hope y'all like this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you all in next video. Bye.